Greetings and salutations, Charlton66 here once again with some comic books, some recent stuff along with some older comic books. One of the first things that I have, um, of course, my last video from Baltimore, I talked about how Tim hooked me up with issue 2 of Bug. So I had to, once I read number 2, I had to get one, which is one right here, along with I have 2 because of Tim, so I was able to get 3. This is such a great series. I recommend it to everyone here. And issue 4. Also picked up the Phantom, number 1. Phantom's one of my favorite characters. Shaolin Cowboy, number 4. Awesome Jeff Darrow goodness, or Darrow. I've yet to know how to say his name. Darrow or Darrow. Good stuff on Shaolin Cowboy. Space Ghost number 2. Issue 1 was a lot of fun, so looking forward to reading this issue. Green Hornet and the Spirit number 1. The Green Hornet 66 meet the Spirit. Love both characters, big Green Hornet fan, so I'm going to do a video on Green Hornet here soon. The relationship with Green Hornet and the Lone Ranger. Some people don't realize that they are in fact related, and that's exactly how they planned it, and it all happened in the radio show. So talk about that, comic books, you know, all Green Hornet goodness. But it's interesting to know that the Lone Ranger and Green Hornet are related. I mean, by blood. So kind of a cool concept. Then I got Green Hornet 66 Meets the Spirit number 2. And the ongoing great series, I recommend it for everyone. Black Hammer number 13. Great series here. Great storyline. Good page turner. Awesome artwork. Picked up Mage number 2, which is another good story already. Going into issue 2, and it's really good. Recommended. I mean, even if you hadn't read Mage in a long time, you could pick this up and jump right in there. It's really good stuff. So those are the most recent books that I picked up. One of the things too is a Back to Bug. It's such a phenomenal series. I just, like I said, I picked up issue 2 because of Tim Hallermouse. He gave it to me. I read it, and I was blown away by it. So I went and got the other issues. So feel free to do the same thing because I think you guys will enjoy it. On to some older stuff. Black Hawk number 85. The Fire Wheel. You got the War Wheel, now you have the Fire Wheel. I don't know which one came first, the Fire Wheel or the War Wheel. I think the War Wheel, maybe. Don't know for sure. Maybe someone out there knows. Black Hawk and his mechanized contraption that he ends up fighting. The mechanized terrors. Black Hawk number 96. Doom in the Deep. If you can tell, Black Hawk's got his own submarine called the Seahawk right there at the bottom. See the Black Hawk emblem on it. There we go. Did not know until this issue that Black Hawk had a submarine. Kind of cool. I love this cover. Black Hawk 74. Sorry, these are out of order. The Sky Sled. And Black Hawk, you're going to jump right on there. This is Black Hawk number 80. The Death Digger, another mechanized menace for our beloved heroes to tangle with. Again, this is issue number 80. Black Hawk number 80. Great cover. Great cover. This is a nice copy of My Greatest Adventure number 65. Yellows just pop. The yellows and the purples on here are just really great, and it's got the awesome date stamp right here on top. But yeah, this just really shines. That's such a great title, My Greatest Adventure. Who could pass that by, really? You're a kid, I'm walking by the newsstand and you see this title coming at you, My Greatest Adventure. How can you not want to pick that up? Good stuff. We have Strange Adventures 137, Parade of the Space Toys. How cool is that? What kid didn't have space toys back in the 60s, right? Strange Adventures 140. The Prisoner of the Space Patch. Nice copy. Pretty happy to have these. Strange Adventures 152. The Martian Emperor of Earth. First thing he's going to do is turn everybody into a Martian. Says so right on the cover. Pretty nice copy though, other than the subscription crease right down the middle. But hey, went to someone's mailbox. Someone loved it. This is a nice copy here too, pretty decent shape. Strange Adventures 153. It's got a nice Atomic Knights cover. Excuse me, Atomic Knights story in it called Danger in Detroit. It's a nice copy, Strange Adventures here. This number was it 153. Strange Adventures 223. 223, Warren, Washington, 1990 AD. When you read this issue, 1990, I'm sure it seems so far away. From Beyond the Unknown, number 23. Nice copy. Nice gorilla cover. And one of the things I picked up when I had picked up my recent books a while back is the most recent issue of Back Issue, which I spoke about before. How I think the magazine is, and how great the articles and stuff in that magazine, how great they are, and it's anyone who loves stuff from the Bronze Age really should be reading Back Issue. This is my opinion. But they had celebrated the 100th issue of Back Issue. And one of the things that's cool about this particular issue, which is the 100th issue, makes it even cooler, is there is a letter from yours truly actually in the back of the Back Issue magazine of issue 100. There is a letter from myself and they printed it in its entirety. It looks like right there. Little letter right there. That's where it ends. Starts on that page. Well, same page, but it goes all the way to the second column, halfway down, more than halfway down. Which I'm pretty happy to see that. I said my piece, and they printed it, and it's always great to see your name in print. Letter writing, it's a lost. I don't want to say it's a lost art, but not too many periodicals that we can write letters to and convey how we feel or think. So it's always cool to see, get a letter printed. I know Kyle Rowe is waiting to get a letter printed. Hopefully it happens in May. It wasn't an issue too, so hopefully he'll see his letter print, which is a certain feeling you get when you see something that, I haven't had a lot of letters printed, but I had a lot in the Buyer's Guide, in Comic Book Marketplace, and I had an issue printed in Aquaman, and I had a letter printed in the second Bloodshot series, which I'm surprised they printed that letter, but it was kind of cool, and I got a free gift from that letter, so that was kind of neat. But anyway, pick up the 100th issue of back issue, and you can see my letter. And plus, you get a good comic book. This one, not comic book, but periodical about comic books. And this is really good because I talk about the fanzines in this, and particularly CPL, which has a lot of Charlton stuff in it. And they talk about the history of the comic reader, Foon, Amazing World of DC Comics, Charlton Bullseye, and Squall Trunt and more. So if you like fanzines, you like the Bronze Age, this is chock full of stuff in here. The DC Comic Mobile, they had one running around town selling comic books and whatnot. And there's the Answer Man right there. Anyone who's read DC comic books know about the Answer Man. Bob Ozakis, right there. That's the Answer Man. But it's just full of great stuff. So, I'm gonna beat the dead horse, the proverbial dead horse, talking about back issue. But it's still one of those magazines that I read it from cover to cover, and I always learn something from it. And I recommend it to anyone that I possibly can. So, all right, that's all that I have for right now. Hope everyone's having a good weekend. I've been fighting a cold, so I've been indoors for the last 4 days. It feels like in an eternity. I've been fighting this cold so I can get back to work. But anyway, I hope everyone's having a good weekend. Thanks for viewing and subscribing. Talk to you guys later.